Most retirement examples you see online assumes one of two ages, 62 or 67. And that makes sense because that's when Social Security starts for early and full retirement ages. But a question I get all the time is this: what if I retire at 58? That's not ultra early retirement, but it's also not traditional either. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Justin Ancona, and I help people retire with confidence by turning their savings into a clear, intentional plan. Today, I want to walk you through what actually happens to Social Security if you retire at 58, what changes, what doesn't, and what you need to think about before making that decision. And be sure to watch until the end, where I share an important detail that most people miss. First off, if retiring at 58 is even on the table for you, that's a big accomplishment. But here's the reality. If you retire at 58 and you're not disabled, Social Security does not start yet, as you may know. No benefits at 58, 59, no benefits at 60 or 61. The earliest possible benefit is age 62, and that comes with a permanent reduction. So retiring at 58 means something very specific. You are fully responsible for funding the front end of your retirement. If you retire at 58, the length of time you self-fund depends entirely on when you claim Social Security. So if you claim at 62, that's about 4 years of self-funding. At 67, full retirement age, that's about 9 years of self-funding. If you delay all the way to 70, where your benefits increase 8% per year, that's about 12 years of self-funding. That gap between retirement and claiming is what I call the income bridge. And that requires intentional planning that can make a huge difference. Scripture actually speaks to this idea of preparation. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. That's Proverbs 21:5. This is where diligence and planning matter most. Now I want to take a step back to talk about how retiring at 58 affects the size of your Social Security check. Social Security calculates your benefit using the highest 35 earning years. So if you've worked at least 35 years, retiring at 58 doesn't automatically hurt you. But if you haven't, that's where people get surprised. So let's say someone started working at 25 and they retired at 58. That's 33 years of earnings. But here's the thing, Social Security looks at 35 years. If you've had 33 years, they don't look at averaging that over 33, it averages it over 35. So those missing years get filled with zeros. So even strong earners can see their benefit reduced simply because they stopped working before reaching that 35-year mark. Here's an important trade-off that most people overlook. Your highest earning years are usually in your late 50s and early 60s. So retiring at 58 often means that you're keeping lower earning years from your 20s in the calculation, instead of replacing them with higher income years. So sometimes working 1 or 2 extra years can meaningfully increase your future Social Security benefit. Early retirement isn't just about stopping work, it's about making wise trade-offs. One technical detail that matters and really doesn't get talked about much is that Social Security tries to compare apples to apples across your career. So the earnings before age 60 are adjusted for inflation in the Social Security formula. However, the earnings after age 60 are only taken at face value. There's no adjustment. So income earned at 61 or 62 can still help, but it doesn't get the same inflation boost. That makes the decision around 58, 59, and 60 even more impactful than most people realize. So if you're thinking about retirement at age 58, the real questions are these. How many years can I confidently self-fund before Social Security kicks in? Do I already have 35 solid earning years? And does it matter? Would working a little bit longer materially increase my benefit? And how does Social Security fit into the overall income plan, not just the check? For some people, a smaller Social Security benefit is perfectly fine. For others, those dollars matter, especially later in retirement. Planning is about stewardship, not perfection. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like these, follow along by hitting subscribe. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.